This video presentation is provided to you by Audi Time Quality Management Private Limited, providers of integrated quality management services for software applications. You can visit us on our corporate website at audittimeindia.com or reach us at sales@audittimeindia.com. Hello viewers. I welcome you to this video presentation on behalf of Audi Time Quality Management Private Limited. In this video presentation, we would demonstrate you testing of an order management system, using the test automation framework developed in-house by Audi Time. I presume that viewers have preliminary understanding of order management in capital markets. Our agenda for this presentation would be to demonstrate end-to-end test automation of an order for an exchange. The presentation is divided into two sections. First, we would see an order being placed and subsequently validating reports like order book, trade book, net position window, stock positions, and client margins for a client. Second section would show how our framework presents detailed logs and reports for easy tracking. The test automation tool Quick Test Professional and the application under test are already launched and ready. But before we see the application getting tested, let me first quickly run you through from the important framework files and folders. The test automation repository folder is now opened. You can view different folders are maintained by us to manage different testing needs. For example, a complete regression test suite is maintained for 100% or end-to-end testing. Similarly, a smoke test suite is maintained for preliminary checks, for application stability to begin full-scale testing. The framework is flexible to allow custom suites as needed by simple copy-paste of the automation scripts folders and configuring them to run limited suites, scenarios and test cases. I am now opening the Market Depth Final Test Suite folder, which was designed to test end-to-end order life cycle. Under this folder, there are framework-specific subfolders. As the framework runs, test results, execution summaries, test execution logs, etc. would be generated. These logs are automatically stored in the result files folder. The folder does not have any execution folders at present, and we would see the execution results in this folder after a test is executed. Likewise, test data folder provides us with all our test suites, test scenarios, and test data bundled in Microsoft Excel files. A test manager of this framework can choose which suite, and under the selected suite, which scenario is to be executed. The Master Test Suite template Excel file stores the references of all test suites or bundles. A test manager can select which test suite he or she wishes to execute by simply selecting a yes or no from this Excel file. I am selecting the first test suite for our demo here. The chosen suite resides in the NSEEQ subfolder. Excel file 001 Market Depth NSE Equity by Fresh Orders represents a bundle of scenarios grouped as planned for execution by a test manager. I am now selecting a scenario for test execution by specifying a yes or no flag, allowing the test manager to further decide scenarios under a suite to be executed. We are now ready to launch our framework. We just have to double-click on Start Test Suite user1.bat file, and the test driver script would do the rest. All activities from here on are performed through automation scripts. As you can see, the framework has launched the Master Test Suite Excel file automatically. Our QTP automation script is now getting launched from the framework. Application is selected, and the framework has started executing the test scenario, which was marked for execution. The test has some prerequisites, which needs some information to be read from the market picture window. For example, no existing orders are present for a selected exchange, segment and script. If there are any existing orders present, they would be first cleared before the actual scenario execution begins. Client margin window would provide us with client balances before the order is placed. Net position values, like total bought quantity, sold quantity, and net open quantity at present, will also be read so that it can be used to calculate our expected balances. Likewise, existing stock positions for a pre-configured client and script is read. If planned precisely, we can build our code such that it can work today, tomorrow or any time in future. Test Manager can configure globally common test data like script names, client balances, and other such base test data. The order is getting placed that we wish to track through all other windows or reports. We expect this order to stand in the exchange in open state, hence no counter order will be thrown. The script is programmed to also throw counter orders as well using automation. Order book window is open to validate the actual order values against those documented as expected values. Test configurations can be planned to the depth of which column value should be tested or ignored. Trade book window is now open to validate the traded order values. There would not be any records here as the scenario does not expect the order to be traded. Opening the DP holding window to read the actual stock values and validate against the expected. Opening the net position window to read the actual values and validate against expected. For client margins, we are reading values from our surveillance application, which is an external system. The automation script automatically logs into the system, reads the values and stores for future use. Automation scripts are now opening the client margin window to validate the data displayed here. This completes the test. The driver script would now replicate all the results to the Excel files for the test manager's review. The driver script has stopped itself automatically, and the results are now available to be reviewed. Let's go back to the results folder, which was initially empty. Result Files folder. NSE Equity folder. The same Excel file, as shown in the test data folder initially, is copied here with updated test execution results. You can see the scenario has executed successfully. A high-level summary shows which scenario has passed or failed. Detailed steps can be reviewed to identify the step where the scenario has failed. We can view additional log files to review the test data for expected and actual values. That's the end of our presentation. We can be reached on sales@auditimeindia.com or testautomation@auditimeindia.com.